Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to share with you guys some Dollar Tree DIYs. First DIY is such a simple one. I'm using this little galvanized house, and it has a couple screws on the back side so you can take this little house right off so you don't ruin the little wood piece at the bottom. So you don't have to keep these galvanized. Sometimes I think that, like, what am I going to do with a galvanized piece? You can paint them. Although it does take a few coats, you can totally do it. This took about 3 to 4 coats. I want to say like 3 and then a little bit on some other sides just to make sure I covered the galvanized piece. So once that was done, I'm just using these stickers I picked up at Dollar Tree. I love these farmhouse style stickers. I think they are so cute. So I decided to go with this home is where the story begins. Nope, that's not what it says. Home, the story of who we are. I obviously read too many wall decor pictures at Hobby Lobby. And then I just added a tiny little bow. I think these were right after Christmas. Hobby Lobby had them on sale, or maybe I even picked them up during Christmas, but you can always find the best bows during Christmas time. So this is what that looks like. And if you didn't see my last Dollar Tree video, I made that house in the background. This DIY, I am using another one of those galvanized signs. This one is a mason jar, and I've used one of these before, and I just think these are really cute, especially that you can screw the little screws right off and then put them back on. The first thing I did was give it a nice coat of the Waverly chalk paint in white. This actually just kind of ended up being a primer, and as many times as I painted it, I don't know, I just wanted kind of a different color after so many times of just using white constantly. This is the Waverly chalk paint in moss. It's one of my favorite colors to use. I love the farmhouse decor, and I've been told it's not everybody's cup of tea, which is completely fine. You could paint this whatever color would match your household. You can put whatever kind of stickers you want on here. If you like the boho theme, I did see that they had some like boho rub-on transfers as well. I just found these like farmhouse rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree as well, and then I just cut around them so it would fit perfectly onto the mason jar. I'm just using a crafter stick. This actually came with different types of transfers that I have, but if you just want to use like a scraper, or you can use a craft stick, you could really honestly use whatever you wanted. The top of a ruler, anything that will rub these transfers on. And then you just pull this back. I love the way this looks. There was just some pieces that were kind of hanging, and I just kind of flipped them over, added some twine, wrapped it around a couple times, and then I ended up adding a bow. I picked these bows up off of Amazon. They're just like gingham bows, and I feel like you get like 200 of them for like $10 or something like that. It's really inexpensive, and that is what I did for this one. The sign I found at Goodwill, and I obviously didn't want to show anybody the price, but I think it was $3.29. And then I am going to be using this fabric that I found at Dollar Tree. I was so excited to find this. I decided to actually trim this down so I can use this as a background for this frame or for this sign. I'm just using some Mod Podge, caking the Mod Podge on, and then I also put some of the Mod Podge over the top. I'm not sure why exactly I do. I just like that it's like really hard when it dries over the top of the fabric, so I just like to do that. Maybe it's optional, maybe some people do it. I'm not like a Mod Podge queen. I don't love using it, but I really love this fabric, and I really wanted to use it for the background, and I knew that a good old Elmer's glue stick was probably not gonna work out. So yeah, just a ton of Mod Podge, and then once it was dry, I just took a X-Acto knife and trimmed around the edges. Next, I'm just using this little galvanized rooster, and I'm just going to be hot gluing him to the center of the sign. He honestly fit perfect, which sometimes when you like have a win with crafting, it just makes all the better. And then I'm just adding a little gingham bow to the top. I know that I could cover the holes up with tacks, but honestly, I don't love the tack look unless I'm doing something different. But anyways, I love how this turns out with or without holes on the little rooster. DIY, I'm using these wood frames with the tin backings, and they kind of remind me of Galvanized, so that's why it's kind of in this Galvanized video, along with the pig and the cow, along with some of this fabric. So I'm going to be covering up the cow and the pig with that fabric. And then I also have this metal sign that says home. And yes, we are going back in with Mod Podge. So the nice thing about actually covering these up is that you didn't even see the holes when I was completed. So yeah, just throwing on that Mod Podge and then laying the fabric down, smoothing it out. And then I also added Mod Podge to the top of the fabric as well, which honestly, to say the least, probably was the smartest thing that I did in this video, because once this dried, I was able to just cut with scissors around these animals. You could probably use an X-Acto knife or something else, but scissors was honestly the easiest. So that is what I did. But yeah, tons of Mod Podge, wait for it to dry. I didn't wait for it to dry. I actually just used a hair dryer. That's really how I dry all of my paint 99% of the time. It's a secret. I don't do it on camera, but that's what I do to get things done. For this home sign, I am also painting this. Everyone's probably going to be like, why did you buy all these galvanized pieces if you're just going to paint them? I just really liked the way they looked. And I don't know, if you don't want a million galvanized things in your home, but you like the piece, just paint it. Just, just a little tip I have right there. So this sign, I obviously have a hard time speaking today. This sign had that little hole, so I just grabbed one of these little half wood beads. These are also from Amazon. I use them in a ton of different crafts. I painted it black as well, so I could just glue it right to the top, so you would not even see that hole. This is what my little fabric animals look like. I did use a little sanding block. These are not the best. It's really a sanding block. Like, it's probably not, a good option. Use something a little bit better. But I used that and just some scissors to trim around these animals, and these turned out so stinking cute. Everything was dry. I am just going to be hot gluing my two animals, the cow and the pig, along with that home sign to the centers of each of these little galvanized backing tin signs is what they called it. And obviously, if there's any hot glue hanging around, you can just pull that up. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so I had 3 galvanized items, 3 tins, and I am just going to be gluing them all together. And then once that's done, I had some super, super cute burlap trim, which was also from the Dollar Tree, and that is how I'm going to hang these all together. So I loved seeing this burlap trim. I actually don't go to the Dollar Tree as often as I used to, so it's kind of nice being able to find items that are brand new that you're like, oh, that's really cute. Like, if I find that, that would be great. I know some people have a hard time finding anything new, which, don't worry, I am with you 100%. Yes, I've been able to find items, but it's not every day that I do. And yeah, I'm just hot gluing this burlap. I cut these in like 3-inch pieces, but you can cut them however you'd like. Just you got to go with however you want to hang these items up. So that is it, you guys. This is how it turned out. I think these are absolutely adorable. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.